Welcome back, guys. It's Carlos here again with that promise video I made a while ago. Actually, I made a video on how to set up Bukkit. It was very simple, but now we're gonna do something related to it, which I told you I would be doing, but I ended up getting sick and lots of delays. So here I am. And anyways, so this is permissions. We are gonna add on permissions. More specifically, PermissionsEx, which is it's the best balance between simplicity and features. It's a very great program, very good. It's very powerful. It allows you to do everything you'd want to do, I'd assume, and it's very simple to install. And it's a little harder to config, and it's probably like my least favorite part of making servers. So like. Yeah, let's get started. I'm really bad at this intro stuff, aren't I? All right. So what you want to do is go to the link, which I will have in the description, and once you get here, you just click on download, and it shall download straight to your computer. Again, it's just an error. I don't know why mine is doing this, or if yours will do that too, but it is not a virus. I can assure you. And once you get it, I have it right here. I have this right here to keep some notes just in case I forget something. And this was from the last episode, so I don't need that. And once you have it, you go into your plugins folder and you drag it right in there. Once you do that, then we can go ahead and start up the server. There we go. Okay, once you start up the server, you should see a PermissionsEx folder pop up in the plugins folder. So you open that up and you'll see config.yml and permissions.yml. You can start off by closing up the server. You don't have to, but it's better. Let's open up config.yml. Nothing really you need to see here. Let's close that. Permissions.yml. This is where the magic happens. And yeah. So what you do basically is you go to pex. Well, no you don't. I have this. You guys don't have this. And right here you see there are two like main sections. There's user, and then there's, I don't know where this is going to show up, groups. Indentation is very important. You cannot indent with your tab. You have to indent with 4 spaces. No tab, or else you will get a bunch of errors and it will not work. And this is very, very format specific. You cannot have it any other way. So let's start off with groups. If we go on here to groups, you'll see a bunch of things. Let's do it step by step. We'll whip this out of here. Well, can we? I don't know. No. Let's open up this on a different one if we can. I hope. No. Okay. Well, we'll have to start it writing it line by line then. So yeah. So let's see here. Groups, default. So let's make our own group. Let's make it moderator. Let's go. Moderator. Default, false. We don't want people to start up with this moderator group as soon as they start off, you know. Now, permissions. This is where it gets funky. Modify world dot star basically means that they have permission to modify the world. Is basically, you can override this using like world guard and whatnot, but for this sake, like, it's just the main world, unprotected, all that stuff. If they do not have this, they cannot modify it. Now, some other permissions they could have. This is the format for permissions. What's good about Notepad++ is automatically indents, but it usually indents with a tab. So to switch that, you can just go to settings, preferences, language menu, tab settings, default, replaced by space. So when you press enter, it'll automatically indent it with 4 spaces. Unless that little number you saw there was not 4, then you have to change it to 4 because it likes format. And if you mess up the format at all, it will screw you over and you'll have a bunch of errors on the console and it'll be very hard to pinpoint. Sometimes you can pinpoint it, but it's usually just a format error. So you space it 4 times, 1, 2, 3, 4, dash, space, And then this is where the permission mode node is. So I don't have any specific banning plugin, so let's just make it up. Example. This is the format for nodes, which you will find on plugins. They usually provide you with a permission node that you can add to permissions. Example.ban. Now, say there's a big pack of plugins that you have that had a bunch of nodes, right? But you want them to have access to all, like a specific subsection. For example, lots of big plugin packs, they have things such as test dot this dot that dot this specific command, right? But you want him to have everything from this or everything from that. Then what you would do, oh, I forgot. Formatting, guys, it's everything. It's very easy to mess up. What you can do instead, go test.this.star. So basically that will give you that and everything attached after that. Because after that, there could have 100 commands. So there could be this command or that command and whatnot, and then they could have a bunch of nodes that you just don't want to put them all, and they're all for moderator. Just go like that. If you want moderator to have all the commands from the test plugin, then you just test.star, and that's pretty much it for permissions. That's how you set up the actual permission part of permissions, which the reason why it is a pain in the ass is because lots of plugins have lots of permission nodes and you get a lot of errors, and sometimes you set the wrong permissions for the wrong people, and it's a big clusterfuck. On to the next section. So if we go back to the notes, let's save this. You can see your groups, admins, inheritance. This is big. So let's make another group from scratch just to show you the ways. So groups, not indented. The next, like the group after that, would be indented ones. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's call it default. I know I deleted it earlier, but let's remake it. Why not? Default. Then we'll see here, if we press enter, it'll indent it automatically, and it has to be indented another 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. This was not indented 4 times. Only twice, so 3, 4, I think. Oh, wait. Yeah, so, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, actually, let's just 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that messed up that one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so anyways, once we indent that, we can go to default, which is a like a little command to the group default, and we can put true because everyone will start off with a default rank, and we can make this permissions, and we can make it dash space modify world dot star. Now if we were to remove this, we wouldn't really need it. Why? Because right here you could add inheritance, and what inheritance does, it basically inherits another group. For example, you can add default, I don't remember the format it is. Okay, there we go. It's a dash space again. So it's dash space default. So now it will inherit all the default commands plus moderator, in case you want to make a moderator do everything else everybody else can. So now the moderator will once again be able to modify world dot star. And that's pretty much it for inheritance. You can have as many things, inherit as many things as you want without having to copy and paste all the original default commands. Now, say you want to give everybody like a little prefix beside their name. This is what I've always had problems with because it doesn't always work. But because you always need some sort of chat plugin that will make it appear. But the basic format is prefix colon space apostrophe whatever you want apostrophe. And if you want to add color codes, then you can add color codes. For example, 4, I don't know what color code that comes out to be, but it's a color code nonetheless. And that will, like, right beside their name, it'll come up as derp, or actually, I should have named it default. Default and whatever color is, and their aims, what, I forget what the sign is called, with the color code that's whatever that for, and then default with that color, of course. So yeah, so on to the next part. See, we covered inheritance, permissions, which is basically pretty simple, indentation, spaces all the time, prefixes. Now the world. This I have not really been. I've never really played with it before, so I can't promise you too much, but it seems simple enough. Whoa. Keyboard bashing. World, is it world or worlds? Worlds. Very, very, very specific about the way you write things, guys. Now, indent for more, like another time. So 4 spaces. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now, this is for if you want people to have different permissions in different worlds. So, I'm going to do what the other one did. Nether. And you can set more permissions. I believe you have to indent it again. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Permissions. You can give people permissions to, like, I don't know, fly. You can give people to, like, here, example.fly. You can give people permission to that. I don't know, burn people. Test.fly. You can, whatnot. Or, no, test.burn. There we go. Sure, let's go with that. Whatever you want. And if you add another section down here, let's just get rid of that. Oh. Let's get rid of all this. And we can add another whole section called worlds. If I look correctly. I keep having to do this because I've never done this before, because I never really realized you could do that unless it's a new feature, because last time I actually ran a server and used permissions was a while ago. So anyways, worlds, and then you can have it inherit or nether, which I'm pretty sure should be indented. It's really easy to forget to indent, guys. It's really easy to forget. See, I just lost track how many times I spaced. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, nether in spacing 1, 2, 3, 4. Inheritance world. Now everybody will have all the permissions they have in the world in the nether. So yeah, it should be set by default. I'm not really sure what would happen if you didn't set the inheritance and then you went to the nether, if you'd have the same commands or not. I'm not exactly 100% sure, but I guess to be safe, you can type in world underscore the end. Is that the right world name? World the end. There we go. So the nether will inherit all their permissions, and then you can do that for every other world. What is it called? Oh, it's called world underscore nether. World underscore nether. And this would be world underscore nether. So if you see right here, I don't know why this is just called nether. I don't know if it would work just as nether, but for all intents and purposes, let's do that. And let's see. We've covered everything in the groups, I believe, or every basic. There's way more things you could add, like branches and a hierarchy for the groups, but that's much more complicated. I've never actually done that myself, so I can't really explain to you. So there's a very good tutorial on PermissionsEx right here. They tell you everything from basics to advanced permissions, so you like to read through it. And right here there are commands, which I will be speaking about later. And now we can go to users. These are for more specific user-oriented commands or things that you want permissions. So let's go to make a new one, players. Is that it? No, users, sorry. I'm not very good at memorizing this. I forgive. Wait, no. I apologize. There we go. You guys forgive, right? Yeah, you better forgive. So let's make a user. My username in Minecraft is BatistaMan123. So for inheritance. How does inheritance work? Does it work? I don't think it does work. I don't know. Let's do prefix. Prefix basically gives this person a specific prefix just for that person. There is a command to it, but I'm not going to be going through that. I'm just going to be going through the absolute basic commands because I like to do most things right off the text document. So prefix, player specific, derpy. Okay, I'm a moron. Let's see. So once you go that prefix, derp. Group. So you set which group. Again, you can set this through commands, which I will be teaching you that because that's actually important. What's the format for group? Group. Let's make him a moderator because I'm awesome. Actually, I don't like to capitalize because if you forget to capitalize anywhere else, you are fucked. Let's see. And permissions, and you can give them custom permissions that you would like. And you can give them permissions dot star, which isn't actually a real permission. It's just for all intents and purposes. And that's pretty much what you can do with group user specific commands. Well, there is more, but again, this is just to go through the basics and through the motions of permissions. It's actually quite simple if you really think about it. I hope I didn't move too fast for you guys, but just go back on the video. So what you do now, or what we can talk about now, is saving it, and we can test it out in game. I'm pretty sure the prefixes won't work because they never do the first time. There's always a big trouble with them for some reason because there's always chat managers and all this other crap that I hate dealing with, but meh. Okay, so we can go back on our local server after I run it. Okay. Perfect. Okay, so now that should open. And we're on. I should be a moderator, I hope. Okay, no, like I said, the prefix doesn't always work. Rarely does. Let's see if we have any errors. No errors in the code. Perfect. So yeah, we need a chat manager, I'm guessing, for it to work properly. So, but yeah, now you get how permissions work. So, there are no actual permissions that I gave myself permission to do because I don't have any other plugins on. But you get that, like, that should work 100%, and now you get the basic structure of it. So now let's get on to commands. So I'm just gonna op my guy. Alright, so these are where all the commands are, but we're gonna be using the PEX notes. Nope. Edit with Notepad++, because it's the best. I love Notepad++. Alright, so these are the basic commands that I'm going to teach you. Start off with group user group list. So let's see, /group user. So the second user is in those little like things. You don't actually write that. You just type in the user you want to see what groups they're in. So this will show you all the groups they're in. So /group user group list. Oop. Unknown command. What? Oh, sorry. /PEX. Forget that. PEX. Error in command syntax. What? /PEX user group list. I don't even understand that. Okay, well, let's try something else then. Let's try /PEX user group set, and then set group. Okay, that is actually a big one. So yeah, these are a pain in the ass. So that's why I never use commands in the first place. I just kind of set it all through the text document. That's the way I like to do it. There we go. Group set. Let's set myself to default group. Oh. And which world? World. Oh, I forgot the slash. Okay, now I feel stupid. There we go. User group set. Now if we go back to the... Oh, right here it says it was changed. So we go back to permissions. You'll see that my group is now set to default. Rather, it should have been set to default. This is tricky, guys. This is tricky. Oh, wow. Did I just set worlds to default? Oh, I get it now. It thought users and worlds were the same subcategory. So I don't know why it did that. That's pretty weird, but you see what it did there. What if we set it all the way back here? There's going to be a lot of second guessing, guys, because this is, like I said, my least favorite part of server making and stuff. You'll always get some sort of error, and you'll always have to eventually fix it. The format, if you don't get the format 100% right, sometimes it fixes if you don't get the indent right. Sometimes it just screws up altogether. See, now I set the world to the... What the hell did I just do? Oh, I see now. Okay, so... Oh, I see what I did there. Never mind, guys. It was all right all along. Basically what it did, so it set me to the default group under users, under my user, world group default. So in normal world, I'm a default. So if I set it without the command world, it would set my group as default everywhere. There we go. You see what I did there? Wow, I was so clueless. Again, I'm still pretty new with the whole world thing, so I just thought I'd introduce it because it was pretty simple. But hey, I'm learning too. Even though I shouldn't be learning, I should be teaching you. You know what they say, teachers learn sometimes more than students. That's bullshit. So that's one of the commands. So let's go to the other one. Don't know why that one didn't work. This one down here, the group list. Okay. So now I can remove groups and I can add groups. The difference between set and add is add, so you can add people to multiple groups. So in case they have, I don't know, for whatever reason you want to add them to multiple groups with multiple different permissions and whatnot, you can add them. Or you, for example, moderators, they could also be default groups, even though they inherit. I'm not really sure. Oh, but a group add also has a timer, lifetime. So for timed memberships, the lifetime is in seconds, so you can set any group for a few seconds to however many seconds, just multiply. And group remove, so I can remove myself from whatever group I want. So I'm default right now, so I don't see why I would try to remove myself. Let's try that anyways. Let's see, group set, add, remove. Aha, I am now removed from the default group. Did not change it though, because if I remove myself from default, I'll still be default because default is set to default. If that makes any sense. No. Anyways, that's pretty much it. That's all there is to the basics of PermissionsEx. I hope I didn't sound too clueless and too sick. So I will see you guys next time. Good luck.